Hey, Jasmine. I don't want to hang out with the cat down the road. I want to hang out with the cat here. So, it's Cal Forever here, Calvin here. Hey. Oh, look at these cool flowers. What? I feel like I can finally be with my family. I feel like I can finally be with my family. Oh, look what time it is. I feel like I can finally be with my family. And I'm not like, I never like tried to, like the past 3 years, actually past 2.5 years, I moved away and I had to get out of the environment that I was being misunderstood in. And, like any household is in America or in the world today, almost any household has some sort of toxicity to it. It doesn't mean that your family's bad or anything. It's just a lot of families don't want other families to see the rawness. And of course, some things need to be kept private and personal because it feels like we need to do that. Oh, look, it's an upper bounce. I love trampolines. What? You're distracting me. I forget what I'm saying when you're here doing that. What? But anyways, actually, when you harvest basil, if you pinch it from the top, then see there's going to be more branches that grow out here. So it's like this right here. If you take off the flowers, then it'll create more branches. And so the more that you harvest it that way, the more that it'll grow. So there's certain ways of working in a garden with nature that will create more abundance. There's a certain way that you can take from life that gives it more, essentially, which is kind of crazy to think that way because it's very true with plants like that. But anyways, I feel like I can finally be with my family, and I don't really want to say that I was going through a spiritual awakening. I was going through a rearrangement of reality of life. So it's like the way that I can practically relate myself to people and to neurotypical people is that I'm autistic. I don't like trying to explain myself in spiritual ways. A lot of the things that people explain spiritually, or let's say like a Dzogchen Buddhist Tibetan monk master, like understands teachings of Bardo, right? They're losing my train of thought. I forgot. I forgot. I don't know. Maybe that's the teachings that I embody. I don't know. What's up, kitty? But anyways, sit in the moment in the silence because the water over there is so loud. The air conditioner over there is buzzing. Birds are chirping. The upper bounce trampoline's on the other side of the fence. And guess what? I know how to climb fences. Actually, this one seems... Oh. But no trespassing. I can't trespass. Whoa. I don't know. So I feel like I can finally be around my family. And, I like spiritual things are real, but there are some spiritual leaders that have never had authentic spiritual or mystical experiences, and so therefore they don't understand it. And so it's like a lot of the times when people just regurgitate spiritual ideas, they sound like weirdos, and it's kind of it's like desacredizing and gets in the way of people that embody certain spiritual teachings, that really understand them, maybe even from a past life. It may not even cognitively understand them, but in their heart they know, and it takes a little bit of time to bring that up into their brain and then back down. So I feel like that's kind of been my journey, and it's been really difficult trying to relate to myself to other people, because I don't cognitively know myself fully, but I know myself fully in my heart, and it takes a little bit of time to go through that process. And it takes support, it takes love, it takes understanding for it to happen a little more gracefully. But what I had to go through is I had to push. I had to fight my way out of it. I had to scream, I had to yell. And there's nothing wrong with you having or needing to do that. And just because you're doing that doesn't mean that you're trying to rush or force things to happen. Sometimes you have to take back control of the situation and use the appropriate amount of force in the graceful ways, as graceful as possible. And, I feel very misunderstood, and it sucks. But I don't take it personally, and I don't hold grudges against people. I know that we're like doing the best we can to relate to each other. And it's right now there's like two humans on Earth. And there was a point in time where there was two humans on Earth, Neanderthal and Homo sapien, and now we're at that point again. And so it's like there's kind of this little bit of a friction where both sides need to kind of understand each other. And I'm doing the best I can to kind of relate that to people. And it's even harder when there's like spiritual people. Oh, I'm an indigo, I'm into this and that. And it's like, if I'm going to proclaim anything, I'm just here to teach the ways of the heart and to make this planet green and healthy again. I'm not here to like be some rebel or anything like that. I mean, we're all rebels in our own way. I don't know what I'm saying. But if anyone watching this that's kind of spiritual, don't be weird just to be weird, right? Be unique, be different, but don't be weird, because when you're weird, people usually don't like you, right? And people don't really want to be around you when you're weird, And I've always kind of been a different person. I've always felt like I was so different and unique, and I like more than other people, because I know everyone is, but I've never tried to be like weird or anything like that. And I know like some people may think that some of the things that I'm interested are odd or a little bit weird to them, but those people might not be ready for what I'm going through or what I am experiencing and expressing, and that's okay. But anyways, I feel like a lot of this was just kind of channeled, and I'm just trying to share this so that I'm seen and so that I'm heard and so that other people are seen and heard as well. It's like being autistic and being really sensitive. That's the way that I can practically relate this spiritual awakening and this spiritual shift and this new template of humanity. Like I literally have a different neurological wiring than other people. But let's use the practical sense right now that we understand till we're able to create a foundation enough scientifically and have enough evidence and proof to explain these mystical phenomena, right? Because it is real in its own sense. It is. It's just there's a lot of people that talk about the spiritual things that don't authentically experience them, and don't experience them to the extent of some people that are really working hard in it. And I feel like one of those people, and I'm not the kind of person to brag, and I feel like I don't get much credit for all the work that I'm doing, but I just have faith and hope and trust that I'm going to get credit for everything that I've gone through. And the reason why I really want to get credit for a lot of these things is because I feel like I need to, for my ego, my solar plexus, but I feel like I need to so that I'm able to see myself. I feel like I need other people to see me and to reflect back to me who I truly am, instead of just reflecting back to me what they judge me as or who they believe me to be. And that's happened my whole life. So it's like I started developing this false sense of who I am. And I think that a lot of people, even people that are neurotypical, tend to get this from other people. But it's just so much harder for me because I'm so sensitive and so open. And yeah. Cal Forever here. Thanks for listening to my message, and the birds, and the water, and yeah.